Everyone, this is Cynthia, psychic and astrologer. So, today we're going to be discussing money predictions, career, financial predictions for 2023 for your sign. So, let's get started. Aries. Now, if you haven't already checked out your 2023 yearly horoscope, you definitely want to check that out. But I think one of the main themes that you're going to have for 2023 is that you're going to have a ton of energy in your second house of earned income. Now, currently, you have Uranus and Taurus. Taurus is the sign that is your second house of earned income. Uranus in Taurus could have been bringing you opportunities to make money, produce income. There could also, in a negative sense, be even a loss of income. I've seen where people go into debt when they have Uranus in their second house. Not saying that this is going to happen to you, but I've just seen that happen. But one of the things that I did want to point out is that Jupiter is going to be entering your second house of earned income. And that's going to start on May 17th through the end of 2023. So, one of the things that I like about that is on a positive, that could easily bring about opportunities to make money. I've seen it many times where people easily get job offers, where let's say maybe from the previous year where you were struggling to get a job, all of a sudden, once Jupiter goes into the second house, it's like opportunities to make money just suddenly start to occur. Now, the other thing that I've seen with Jupiter in the second house is people coming to you. If usually we use the word connections, come to you to connect you to a job. And, many times I see this like, hey, I'm going to be leaving this company, the other company that I go to, I want to bring you, or I have a friend that I want to come and work with me in the same company. Or maybe you have a friend, a connection, a cousin, a relative that you connect to getting a job in the same company. So I like using the word connections. Um, but things like that I've seen many times where once Jupiter is in the second house, this can easily bring about these opportunities. Now, one of the times that I did want to point out that could easily bring about an opportunity, like for money here, really comes about towards the end of the year around October 28th, because there is an eclipse going on during that time. The energy of an eclipse lasts 6 months. So, this could easily bring about opportunities during that time, like a boost of income, opportunities of money. If you've been working towards building a financial stability, security, a business income, a business venture, you want to keep an eye from about September throughout the rest of the year of 2023 and into 2024, as this could easily bring about a time where you start to see an income boost, an opportunity where you start to see money coming in. So it's definitely going to be a time of opportunity to build financial security and stability. Now, that's not a time that I would say you have to wait until that time for money to come in, because there's going to be a date right as Jupiter starts to enter your second house of earned income on May 19th. Now, on May 19th, we have a new moon in your second house. Now, on May 17th, Jupiter entered your second house. So, the energy of having a moon and Jupiter could easily be the beginning of a great opportunity to build financial security and stability. So, keep an eye around that time of May 19 and the 2 weeks after. A new moon has the energy to last 2 weeks. Now, I do feel that because you have not just Jupiter, but remember, like I said, you have Uranus in your second house. What I notice when there's a Jupiter and Uranus in the second house, it can possibly, not guaranteeing, but it can possibly bring about a big boost, of income. Take, for instance, if you get a promotion and advancement from being in maybe one level of income to suddenly you get a promotion or you start a business or a business venture and it just gives you a big boost of income. Now, to me, a big boost of income, I don't know your financial situation. So a big boost of income for somebody could be an additional $500 a month. Someone else, a big boost of income could be $5,000 a month. So it just really depends on what is going on, what your ability of feeling that you've seen an increase. To me, I would say this could also just be a time of opportunities. If you've been struggling, if you've been running into just dead ends of jobs that aren't really paying you well enough, and all of a sudden after May 19th, it opens up the door for a better paying job, maybe even something that you would enjoy, maybe something that gives you greater flexibility. So you definitely want to keep an eye around that time where I feel that this could easily open up the door for you to really bring you opportunities to bring in more financial stability and security. So, the big news for you for 2023 is this great news of Jupiter in your second house, Uranus in your second house, this new moon, this full moon that falls in your second house that could easily just bring about great opportunities, great stability and security that I would say could easily be there for the long term. Taurus. Now, being that you have, it's going to be quite a significant year when it comes down to so much planetary energy in your own sign that this could easily just attract great energy in your direction, great opportunities in your direction. I think, if anything, it'll definitely bring about a time for you to really start to think, is it a time for change? You are not a sign that likes to make changes. It takes a lot to change anything, to relocate, to move to another place, to change homes. Change is not your friend. So maybe you start to feel that as time has been going, things just haven't been coming together in the way that you would have liked to have seen, that now it's time for a change. Now, currently, Mars is in your second house of earned income. It's been there since August 2022 and will be there till the end of March 2023. The reason for that, obviously, there is a Mars retrograde that started on October 30th and will go direct January 12th, 2023. Now, Mars in your second house can easily bring you opportunities to build income, to find ways to build security and stability, financial stability. But this could easily create, on a negative, some friction relating to money, whether it's not making enough, feeling that you're not earning enough, feeling that you're not getting what you feel you deserve. And this can easily open up doors for you to start being open to greater financial opportunities. A big month to really keep an eye out for that will be in the month of May. And the time frame that I feel would be very beneficial for you will come about around the from like the 6th, 7th, 10th of May. And the reason why I point out that time period is because that's going to be a significant time where we have around May 17th, Jupiter enters your sign. Uranus is already in your 12th house, in your own sign. But during that time, it's kind of almost like, I almost want to describe it like a transition time period. And that month, especially from like the 6th, 10th, around that time, really kind of gives you a path of trying to start looking into, but like I said, looking into a time of change. And this is going to really start opening up that door for you to start really being open to other sources of income, finding ways to bring in other sources of income, This, I don't know to say if this is maybe just that you're maybe tired of the same old, same old. Maybe you're just looking to bring in a little side income. You might easily be in a place where you're comfortable and you're happy to be where you're at, but feel like you want to still build more for yourself. So there's during that time of the May 6th, 10th, so forth, that I think is quite significant when it comes down to your finances. But there's also another time that I keep getting, and it's in June, and that seems to be from like the 13th through about the 17th, that I would say also start keeping an eye that this could easily bring about some opportunities there for you. The next time of anything financial that can easily benefit you won't be until the end of 2023. Now, I do feel that because this is going to be a time and a year for you where it seems to be focusing on more of a personal level of like relationships where you yourself making changes for yourself. So finances don't stand out that much. If it wasn't for Mars in your second house all these months, there's only little bits and pieces throughout the year that I would say are significant for you financially. Now, obviously, when I do the monthly horoscopes, I will go more into detail on a month to month basis to really see if there are more dates out there that I can point out to say, okay, this is going to be significant for you for finances and career. But right now, I would say definitely keep an eye around that time. Jupiter and Uranus are going to be in your sign here in 2023. So it's going to be quite significant for you. I think a big part of it is just really going to be that if you are kind of taking those steps to be ready for a change, what kind of change and where are you open for it to take you? Gemini. Now, one of the big planetary events that has been going on for you is that Mars has been in your sign since late August 2022, and it's going to be there till March 2023. So you definitely have been feeling a lot of energy going on here, a lot of opportunities, focusing on the future of where you want to be at, future projects, what you would like to accomplish next. So when it comes down to finances and financial opportunities, you may feel a little frustrated that not much is going on at the moment. There will be some positive financial days. And one of those time periods won't be until you start getting closer to July. So around July 17th and the 2 weeks after that, you're going to have a new moon. But what I like is that from that time of July 17th all the way to about the middle of August, the energy for finances seems to be looking pretty positive. This can easily open up opportunities to make more money, build more financial stability and security. Um, the only little minor concern that I have is you could easily find ways to bring in money, but you may also find yourself kind of spending a little bit impulsively. So you just want to keep an eye to try to balance it out. But one of the things that I do like is that one of the things that really stood out is about being open to something more different. Different can be maybe a new way of earning income. Different as in maybe if you were working in the office and now you're looking to maybe work remotely, or maybe finding ways to work more with a greater flexibility in your schedule. So that's one of the things that I keep getting here that seems to be standing out is trying to find a way to really be open on the doing something different situation. And one of the other things that does also stand out is you may actually start to get more involved in something relating to like technology, the internet, or a lot of times when I say like the internet, I think a lot of times it's easy to think, oh, IT, which that could be it too. But one of the things that I've noticed is I'll use the example like remotely. a lot of times in working remotely, you might find yourself doing a lot of your interactions, communication, your work through the internet, whether it's um, some kind of platform that's connected to your job. And so you could do everything through a computer, through a laptop. If it's just requiring for you to answer emails, customer service, customer support, it's internet related. And this could be possibly a way where you're kind of interacting in that sense. So even though I feel that a lot of this seems to stand out more in July and August, there could be a possibility actually as early as the early part of 2023, especially around the month of January. And the reason why I point that out is because around that time, especially soon after the new year, you you're gonna find yourself your mind is gonna be racing with thoughts and ideas and how to, get from point A to point B financially, how to get ahead, how to do this. Even if you feel like you're in a good place financially, there's almost like this sense of, um, what else can I do? And whether it's for your own self, one thing that I've noticed a lot with Geminis that I think Geminis don't tend to give themselves credit on is that they're a very visionary group of people. And visionary people are always got the mind thinking, thinking the next big idea, thinking the next thought, whether it's for yourself or for someone else or for others. And this is actually pretty good when it comes to if you're feeling like, what else can I build for myself or just build? I really feel this is just going to put you in a position to think, where else can I go? And you'll easily notice that, like I said, as we get into the new year. Now, whether this builds any big income, I think it's just going to depend what direction you're trying to go for. To me, it could just be an opportunity, and you're starting to kind of just find a way to see what can be built. And this could easily become a situation that it's a slow process. It could be maybe an idea you put and then you put to the side and then you think about it again in the summertime. So there's definitely going to be some activity, mental activity, that I would say will work great for you. And I think it's just going to be a situation of what direction you want to take, how far you want to take it, and how much you feel you can accomplish from really moving forward with all this. But I really feel that soon after the new year, I feel there's a lot going on there that I think you're going to really use to your benefit. And I would just suggest write these ideas down, because what you put together in January in the summertime, especially that July and August time period, you may be surprised at the ideas that were coming to you and what you can put together and produce together that could be greatly beneficial for you, or something that you start to slowly produce and put together that can easily be beneficial for the long term. Cancer. Now, one of the big things that you will be experiencing here as you enter 2023 is that Jupiter is in your career house. Now, it has entered your career house since December 21st, 2022, will be there to about May 16th. So, this could easily bring about like 5 months of great opportunities, promotions, advancements, maybe even finding new sources of income, finding new ways to bring in more money, more stability, more security there. So I really feel that this is actually going to be very, very positive for you. And this could easily bring about opportunities to make money. As a matter of fact, one of the dates you want to keep an eye out for is April 20th. Around that time, so we're going to have an eclipse, a new moon solar eclipse. The energy of an eclipse lasts 6 months. being that it's going to connect very well with Jupiter, this could easily bring about 6 months of opportunities. But keep an eye from about late March and then through April and May to see what kind of comes about during that time. Again, this could be an advancement, a promotion. Maybe you decide to start like a business venture or business, a side venture that could easily start producing income. Doesn't necessarily have to be a main source of income. This could be, again, a side income, a side source of income. So you definitely want to keep an eye around that time. But again, as you start the new year, opportunities that could bring about money for you are very significant. Now, one of the times that I would say to keep an eye out for will be that from um, May 20th through July 9th, Mars will be in your second house of earned income. So, having Mars in your second house of earned income is actually very significant because this is actually going to bring about 7 weeks of opportunities where it can easily bring about a time to make more money, find new sources of income. You're going to have that eclipse that'll be in your 10th house. So the 10th, the 6th, and the second house is what they call success house. So the second and the 10th house are going to be connecting very well with career and finances. And this could easily really be very positive for opportunities that could bring you more money or build financial stability and security. Now, on August 16th, there's going to be a new moon in that second house. So this could bring about 2 weeks of maybe it's a job offer, a raise, more money. And so this could easily help in building greater security there for you. So there's definitely going to be a lot going on as you go into 2023. Career is significant. The eclipse that really starts kicking in as early as late March through May, and but it lasts 6 months. That could easily produce and bring you opportunities there. Now, I do want to point out that as much as there is those opportunities, at the end of the day, it will also fall on you if you're ready for those opportunities. Something could come to you, be presented to you, but maybe you decide right now is not the right time. Maybe you don't want to, be open to some side business, but the opportunity was presented to you. So it's really going to be about where you're at, what you're ready for, and if you're ready to make those changes or not. But for career wise, if you've been maybe looking to see opportunities for like a promotion, with that eclipse and Jupiter in your career house, could really be very quite significant for you. That could be very positive for a promotion. And this could also just open up the door for other opportunities there for you. Now, promotion doesn't necessarily have to come from the same company. This could be in a different company. Maybe it's connected to the same company, but just a different area or something. So definitely start keeping an eye around those times. But I really feel that this could be quite significant for you. That could really benefit you for the long term. Leo. Now, one of the big things, planetary connections here that I really like for you for 2023 is that Jupiter will be entering your career house on May 17th and for the rest of 2023. The thing is that Uranus has already been there for the last few years. Now, one of the things that I've noticed with Uranus in in your career house is I've seen many people change careers, career paths drastically. Um, from let's say somebody who was, maybe working in retail or suddenly go into doing something like real estate, just two complete opposites. Um, But with Jupiter entering your career house, you're going to have Jupiter and Uranus. Now, what I like about those two planets kind of creating a balance, and this could create opportunities of great success, but it depends on what you do with those opportunities. Take, for instance, there's opportunities of really, not only maybe pursuing a career path that could easily bring about a sense of security and income, but it also may require you to invest more energy into it than maybe what you want to at the time. Maybe there's a part that change can be a little scary, so might be easier to, stay with what you know best. And then maybe little by little do the baby steps to transition or change into a different career path. I'll give the example, I get these kinds of calls a lot. People that want to pursue into real estate. They have a regular job, 9 to 5, 40 hours a week, so forth. And then all of a sudden it's like, I want more independence. I want flexibility. I feel that I want to get into being in real estate, whether real estate as in realtor, real estate maybe in the finance loan industry. And all of a sudden it becomes like, I want to do something kind of different. But the whole process of going through the process can be a little bit challenging because then it becomes, am I going to be one of thousands out there? Could I produce enough to have a secure income? And it becomes a situation of dedication, determination, and how much you want to do yourself to not just be one of that, you build that great opportunity to have a successful career. And I feel that this is actually going to be a time that it can really start to bring for you these opportunities to make those changes. And it's just a situation to build. Maybe it's in small steps that'll eventually get you there. And as much as I know that sometimes it can be scary, but that can easily produce, like I said, opportunities. Now, as you get Jupiter in going into your career house on May 17th, on May 19th, we have a new moon in your career house. So you're going to have the new moon, Jupiter and Uranus all in your career house. And so you're going to have about 2 weeks because a new moon, the energy of a new moon lasts 2 weeks. That could really easily build you the opportunity to start something, a business. Now, it's also a really good time if you're looking for like a promotion or advancement. That's an actually really, really good time for you to, maybe pursue an opportunity to make a change, uh, like I said, a career path, uh, pursue a promotion, advancement, being open to seeing, what opportunities are there for you. If you're looking to make a change, maybe just changing companies that and the new job in a different company is going to bring you more money. It could be something like that too. And at the same time, maybe you're looking to pursue some kind of education, certification that can help advance your career. Maybe in a current career or job that you're in, but taking a certain certification, getting some education will actually help in boosting your income. And that could be quite significant for you. Now, you are also going to have a eclipse in your career house, and this will be on October 28th. So, whenever we're dealing with an eclipse, I always point out, keep an eye 30 days before the eclipse, which would be towards the end of September, during the month of the eclipse, and then 30 days after the date of the eclipse. During that time, keep an eye what events occur in regards to what would be your career and see what significant opportunities come about for you. The energy of the eclipse is the strongest at that time. And during that time period, so you got about 2 months, that could easily bring about opportunities, more money, business opportunities. that could maybe bring about, like I said, a new source of income, a new job, a new business. So that's going to play a significant part for you. During that time, obviously, again, you have Jupiter and Uranus that are going to be in your career house. So, in the 2023 yearly horoscopes that I put out there, I do discuss about this. So make sure you check out your 2023 yearly horoscope for that. But right now, you have a couple time periods here throughout this year that are going to play a big part for you that could really help you to really further your career. And if you have been maybe kind of neglecting, putting something off to a side, I think 2023 is really going to really open up that door for you to start taking the initiative and taking those chances to start moving forward in your career. So if especially if something that you have been neglecting, feeling maybe, oh, one day I'll do it, you're surely going to notice that this year, 2023, is really going to give you that motivation to start moving forward to do it. And I really feel this can easily open up doors for you that could easily be positive for more financial stability, security, more money, maybe even feeling a sense of I'm succeeding because you're starting to do things more for yourself and finally moving forward for and putting more effort for what is your career. Virgo. Now, one of the things that I did want to point out is that as you begin the new year, Mars will still be currently in your career house. Now, Mars has been in your career house since late August 2022. Now, usually when we have a Mars in the career house in your 10th house, this can easily open up opportunities of advancement, opportunities to build financial security and stability. But there's a couple of dates that I did want to point out as significant for your career, and this could easily bring about great financial opportunities for you. So, one of the days would be June 18th, and the next date is November 27th. So on these days, you're going to have a new moon on June 18th. So the energy for the next couple weeks, 10 to 14 days of June 18th, could easily bring about opportunities of an advancement, promotion, or an opportunity that could bring you more money. And then that time of November 27th and around that week, this could easily open up opportunities of building greater financial stability and security and even opportunities of advancements, whether it's promotions, building a business, starting a side venture. So you definitely want to keep an eye around that time. Now, the other thing that also, as you begin 2023, is that Jupiter will also be in your eighth house of joint resources, taxes, credit cards, and loans. What that is significant because from as you enter 2023 all the way till May 16th, this could easily bring about what I would consider like side income, side business or income opportunities, for instance, like gaining a bonus or a commission, a side venture that brings you some side income. And one of those time periods to really, really keep an eye out would be around the first week of April. So that could be in gains. Now, one of the things about Jupiter in the eighth house is, yes, you can gain through taxes, loans, credit cards. Obviously, during that time, it is tax season. Maybe you just gain through a tax refund. Maybe it's a loan. Maybe you gain a credit card or something. Um, but also, I've noticed that with Jupiter in the eighth house, I've seen where many times people gain through other connections, other people. Um, I've seen it, for instance, like you decide to rent a room in your house. So the income that is being gained through renting a room from that person is, I mean, you could call it like side income because it's not money that you're relying on. Maybe it is, but it comes in a way that is not um, relied upon or that is expected. So, main source of income would be obviously working for the money like a job, or if you do have a side venture, a side income, it kind of depends. Is this side income something you're relying on, or is this side income that is just extra money besides your regular source of income? So that's going to be quite significant during that time. And one of those times to keep an eye out for is that during the eclipse of April 20th, there's going to be an eclipse during that time. And the thing with eclipses is that the energy lasts 6 months. Now, I always put as a point of reference is that to keep an eye on the energy of 30 days before the date of the eclipse. So that's why I say by about early April, 30 days after the date of the eclipse. So there's like a 2 month period of time where the energy is really, really significant when it comes to opportunities that could bring you more money. Maybe you gain through other sources. So you definitely want to keep an eye on that time. But the energy of the eclipse lasts 6 months. Now, obviously, Jupiter will still be in your eighth house. So having a new moon eclipse connecting well with Jupiter, that could bring opportunities, building a success platform that could build great opportunities, great success. So, like I said, the date of the eclipse is April 20th, but keep an eye 30 days before and 30 days after that date. Now, another significant time period to keep an eye would be October 14th. So there's a new moon solar eclipse that falls in your second house of earned income. Now, we were discussing side income or other sources of income not connected to your main source of income. So the eclipse on October 14th would be the main source of income. Again, being an eclipse, so it's 30 days before the date of the eclipse and 30 days after, that can be quite significant of bringing about opportunities that can make you more money. If you have been looking for building sources of income, maybe finding a new job, finding ways to bring in more money, that's going to actually be a very significant time for you. And I feel that this is actually quite a time of opportunity that could really help you in getting ahead with finances. If you're looking for more financial stability, security, trying to see, what other ways you can to really build opportunities that could make you more money. So, also a couple days that I did want to point out would be September 8th, December 9th, and December 20th that are significant for finances. And this is actually a great time of, like I said, from opportunities that brings you more money or could bring about more money. Um, Now, the other thing too that I did want to bring up is it doesn't necessarily have to be that you are making money right away. This could actually be that for especially those times of in the early months with Jupiter in the eighth house, the eclipse in the eighth house, that you're being open to seeing how else you can build income that could be beneficial for the long term. Obviously, we think about investments, um, maybe getting into, stocks or starting a retirement fund, different ways like this that you may start to look into to see what can I do to really start focusing on building more for the future. But everything that I keep getting here could be very beneficial for you. Keep an eye on the days that I gave you. I know as you get into the new year, it will be very positive and strong for your career. Start kind of keeping an eye to see what opportunities, even by the end of 2022 and into 2023, to see what is being, uh, what's coming together during that time that I think is going to really kind of lay out a plan what you can start expecting to see as you get into 2023. Scorpio. Now, one of the big things that I do want to point out right away is that Jupiter will be entering your eighth house of joint resources, taxes, credit cards, and loans from May 17th all the way to the end of 2023. Now, having Jupiter in the eighth house is very beneficial for you. You can gain in many different ways. This could be monetary. This could be through material possessions. Um, Maybe it's through you gain through taxes, credit, loans, gifts, rewards, inheritance, settlements. Um, there's many different ways in what we would say gaining from. Now, one of the things that I want to just kind of mention is that one of these opportunities can be actually at a time where I would say could be very beneficial for you. And one of those times is actually going to come around May 19th. So we're having Jupiter entering your eighth house, and then about on May 17th, and then on May 19th you have a new moon in the same house of the eighth house. So a new moon lasts 2 weeks. So you definitely want to keep an eye the 2 weeks going on after that time, because this could actually bring about some great opportunities for you. And this could really produce some opportunities, whether it's money. Now, I know we're dealing with tax season during that time. Yes, it could just be a simple factor of gaining through a tax refund, or maybe something other differently in a different beneficial way. That could be a possibility. But the thing is that Jupiter is going to be in your eighth house throughout the year. So, as a matter of fact, on let me see, October 28th, you're going to have a full moon lunar eclipse in your eighth house. So, with the new moon on May 19th and the full moon eclipse on October 28th, you have Jupiter, Uranus, and either a new moon or a full moon in your eighth house. Quite significant. Uranus has already been in your eighth house the last few years. This can create some shifts um, with your income, good or bad, I cannot say. But you're going to now have Jupiter entering your eighth house. And then with this new moon and then with this full moon eclipse, this could really bring about a big boost of opportunity there. Now, this could easily just be that you find a new way to bring in side income, a new way to build financial opportunities there. But the opportunities I feel can easily be there. This could also just be a time where you're trying to find ways to bring in more money, build more stability, security. I mean, I've seen already a few times where people that are just looking because of financial, struggles, that their regular income is not sufficient to take care of all the, financial obligations, bills, rent, mortgage. So I have already received a few calls of people who have started creative projects, whether they've sold it like in farmers markets, maybe on social media or on online platforms, and they've made money. Maybe not, thousands of dollars, but every week a little earned income can help in getting ahead. Money that you weren't really expecting to have, you suddenly gain it through a creative project. So I've seen a lot of that. I've been getting a lot of those types of calls of that happening. Maybe you've thought of an idea, plan, something that you have going, but never have not started it yet. So those are quite significant days that I feel can be very beneficial for you. Now, a time period between December 5th through about the 29th, um, Venus is actually in your second house of earned income. I mean, even though, yes, it's towards the end of the year, but that can actually be a very beneficial time for you, because it could easily bring about money opportunities, or opportunities that could build you more financial security and stability there. So you definitely want to keep an eye on those dates, May 19th, October 28th, because I really feel that those are significant times for you that could really build great financial opportunities there. Let me see what other dates I can give you. Let me see, July 20th. Okay, I already gave you July 28th. Keep an eye also July 20th and October 13th as significant also career dates. I think the big one for you that could be very beneficial would be Jupiter in your eighth house. That could really help in bringing you um, more sources of income or building new ways to build financial stability and security. Keep an eye during that time, see what comes about there for you. Throughout the year, I'll be having my monthly horoscopes and I'll be looking for more financial days for you to, and so make sure you check out my monthly horoscopes for that. But in the meantime, know that there are some significant opportunities there for you that I think could really benefit you for the long term. Scorpio. Now, one of the big things that I did want to point out is that Venus will be in your career house from June 6th through October 9th. So, the reason for that is because you're going to be having a Venus retrograde from July 23rd through September 4th. Now, having Venus in your career house and then having a retrograde in your career house, this could actually bring about some challenges. Maybe this is a time where you feel that you're not being appreciated enough in your career, and this could easily put you in a situation to want to make a change. Maybe this is actually a time where you are starting to think, maybe it's time to move on. Maybe it's time to pursue a new career path, or maybe looking to see what else can I do to really build financial security and stability. One day that I feel is significant to keep an eye out for would be August 16th. Now, what is interesting during that time is that there's definitely going to be this sense of, I will describe it as a sense of energy for a change. Not too sure what exactly would be that change, whether the change could just be pursuing a new type of job, maybe looking to make some changes. Maybe you're taking a break from your current job while you're figuring out what you want to do. Maybe you decide to go back to school, take some classes and courses to further your career, maybe pursue some certification. So you definitely want to keep an eye for August 16th. The other day prior to that actually will be February 5th, and around that time, this could easily again put you in a situation to think maybe it's time for a change. And then when that time of August 16th comes around, you could be easily pursuing something new. But going back to the Venus retrograde and Venus in your career house, usually Venus in your career house really is very positive because it brings great appreciation, great recognition, praise for your hard work. But during that time of the retrograde cycle, like I said, maybe you don't feel as appreciated. Maybe you yourself start to think, hey, I need to start really looking and being open to seeing what else can I do that can easily be more beneficial for me and what I can do to really move forward. So it's definitely going to be a situation of what it is that you want to do that's going to make you happy and where you want to be at in the future. So that's definitely going to be a significant time that I think is going to be very positive for you. Now, as you get into the new year, Jupiter will be in your sixth house of work, service, and health. So it's a great time of focusing on your health and well-being, but in regards to work, this could easily increase work projects if you're self-employed and you're looking to bring in more work projects. This could easily bring about more contract work, more work as in, like, especially if you provide a service, maybe getting more clients, more customers. And then you're going to have a new moon solar eclipse on April 20th that will also connect well with Jupiter. So this could easily be a big boost of opportunity and money. So one rule of thumb I always put out with eclipses is keep an eye 30 days before the date of the eclipse and then 30 days after the date of the eclipse. So keep an eye around that time to see what opportunities do come about there for you for work opportunities and opportunities that could bring you more money or maybe even a new source of income, maybe a job offer. So That's really gonna be a significant time for you. And then also the dates, like I said, of August 16th. I think August 16th is more significant than the February 5th date. But and, maybe both dates actually bring about something significant for you. But I do feel that these dates are going to be really opening up the door to see, is it time for a change? And this could take you in a whole new career path, or maybe even a whole new uh, career or source of income. But I really feel that this is just kind of opening up that door for you that could really build great opportunities to make more money and build a greater security for the long term. Sagittarius. Now, as you're starting the new year, there's definitely a lot of energy going on that's definitely going to be affecting like your partnerships and relationships. You have Mars in your partnership house that has been there since late August and will move on to your sixth house or to your eighth house after in late March. So during that time, as Mars moves into your eighth house, in April and into May, it's definitely going to play a significant part because finances are really going to be quite significant for you. As a matter of fact, starting from May 17th all the way till the end of 2023, Jupiter enters your sixth house of work, service, and health. Now, on May 19th, you will have a new moon in your sixth house, and this could actually be a very significant time for you because this can actually bring about a time of building financial stability and security, opportunity that could make you more money. If you have been looking for side income, side jobs, building more of a clientele, customers. This can actually be very significant because it actually helps in building more stability and security, for the long term. So everything kind of starts around that time of April and May. And then later on in the year, on October 28th, you're going to have a full moon eclipse in your sixth house. Now, one of the things that I did want to point out too is that so Uranus has been in your sixth house already for a few years. Now, one main characteristic that I have seen so many times about Uranus in the sixth house, I've seen many people suddenly like quit a job and maybe want to work independently, maybe want more flexibility in their current job, or pursue a more independent, flexible schedule kind of career. And there's this greater sense of independence or having more of a like a flexibility in wanting to have more of a control over your career and your schedule and when you're working, and especially if you've been in a job that has required so many hours from you. You just feel that all you do is you wake up, go to work, come home, go to sleep, wake up, go to work, come home, go to sleep. Like there's never time for you. And Uranus in the sixth house, I've seen many people quit jobs, start a new career path, pursue new career opportunities. So, for instance, with this new moon on May 19th, the new moon that's going to be in your sixth house will also have Jupiter in your sixth house, Uranus in your sixth house. And I feel that during that time period, this could easily open up opportunities and open up doors for you that could bring you more money, or you could pursue a new type of job or career that gives you just that flexibility to build your own income, but within your control of your schedule and what you want to do next. Then you have that eclipse starting, on October 28th, also in your sixth house, Jupiter in your sixth house, Uranus in your sixth house. I mean, this can easily just be a time where maybe you're just feeling more confidence to take greater chances. and that could really build you more income for yourself. So in the big picture, I really feel all this is just going to do is be open to you actually finally being growing and what you want to feel is what's going to make you happy. Now, maybe you've already started doing this and this year of 2023 just kind of helps you to build on that. Maybe you're being open to new platforms, new ways of building that income and building that security there. And this could really just help you to keep moving forward, especially if maybe you've been having doubts or if you've been feeling like, oh, I don't know if this is the right thing to do. Am I taking on the right path? Is this the right direction to go? Maybe this is just kind of telling you, like, okay, maybe I am doing things the right way. It's just staying on top of things and just being consistent with it. So, another day that I did want to point out is August 1st. So, around that time is also going to be a very positive financial career date that I think is going to be very beneficial for you. So, keep an eye also around that time, see what opportunities come for you. And this could actually be a great time for you that is going to be there for. It could be the long term. It could be maybe just something you're looking for now. And it could just easily be just something that it just brings about um, like I said, a new job project, a new client, a new customer, but that could be someone that you maybe partner with or work with. And they could be a great source of information. Like I said, maybe it's a client that is there with you, always working with you. And, sometimes in the most, um, weirdest of ways, that someone that comes into your life at a certain time can easily benefit you and really work with you, like I said, like a partnership, a joint partnership, maybe for guidance and advice. And that could help you there, like I said, for the long term. Capricorn. Now, as you begin the new year, Mars is going to be in your sixth house of work, service, and health. Actually, Mars has already been in this house since late August 2022. You may have noted that you've been working harder for the money, taking on more tedious tasks and projects because of a Mars retrograde that started on October 30th. Um, Mars will be in this same house all the way till the end of March. So, what that has done also, it's very positive when it comes down to more work projects. The only unfortunate part, you may have had to have taken on more work, especially if you've been looking to get ahead with the bills. Maybe you took on another job, maybe more work, like I said, work assignments, work projects, just to get ahead. Maybe you weren't really looking to want to do that, but it ended up happening. Now, one of the things that I did want to point out is that this year of 2023, Pluto will be entering your second house of earned income. Now, Pluto has been in your sign for like the last 15 years or so, but will finally slowly start moving on to your second house of earned income. Now, there's a time period that it'll go into your second house, and that'll be from March 25th through June 12th because of the fact that it's going to retrograde. So it'll go back to your sign after June 12th and for the rest of 2023. And then in 2024, completely moves into your second house. So Pluto in the second house. This is what you're going to discover. One, um, you'll have a really insight to make money, to build income, to build new sources of income. Now, one of the things that I've seen because um, I have seen many people when they go through Pluto in the second house, I've seen people start businesses, start side ventures, business ventures, pursue new sources of income. If you have a 40-hour a week type of job, you may be looking for new ways to build income so that you don't feel tied down to working 40 to 60 hours a week. Maybe you're looking for greater independence, more of your own ability to build your own income and finding new sources of income. It doesn't matter your age. If you are uh, under 18, you may actually be very smart about finding new ways to make money, even if it's just a little side job that helps you build, a few couple $100 a month. But if you are an adult, older age, it doesn't matter. There's gonna be this feeling of, you know, finding new sources and new ways, to build income. Now this could easily take you in a direction maybe um, to go to school, to take certification, to build up on that income, to pursue, and maybe to pursue, education for a career path. So there's definitely a lot of that going on. I do want to give some dates to keep an eye out for and just kind of keep an eye to see what happens around that time. Do you get any kind of ideas during that time that is the beginning of pursuing a path that could build that income? So the dates that I want to give you is April 21st, April 29th, May 7th, and May 13th, and then also June 5th. So those are going to be a time period to definitely keep an eye as opportunities that could bring about new sources of income or you finding new ways to bring in new sources of income. Now, I've seen many times where maybe it doesn't start off at that time, but maybe it's something you're starting to take the first steps to eventually do that. Now, another time period to keep an eye, we are going to have in your career house a new moon eclipse on October 14th. So, a new moon eclipse in your career house really can open up opportunities there for you because an eclipse has the energy to last 6 months. Now, I always put out there to keep an eye on 30 days before the date of the eclipse and 30 days after the date of the eclipse to see what goes on around that time. And this could be a significant time for you. Maybe there's an advancement, a promotion. Again, maybe starting a new form or a new source of income, maybe building more independence for yourself to build that income that could really be very beneficial for you. So definitely keep an eye around that time. Also, from November 9th through December 2nd, Venus will be in your career house. And this is a great time of opportunity. Maybe this brings you a new way to bring in more money. Um, Also, you will receive great recognition and praise for your hard work. Aquarius. So, this is actually going to be quite a significant time for you when it comes down to money. Now, from May 8th through the end of 2023, Saturn is going to be entering your second house of earned income. Now, Neptune has already been in your second house of earned income. So, this is actually going to bring about a time of being a little bit strict with your finances. Now, this could also put you in a situation of sometimes feeling like you can't get ahead. Um, this could actually bring about a time where you may have to start thinking, is where you're at going to get you what you want when it comes down to getting ahead with your finances or even feeling that you are valued at where you're supposed to be at? Maybe this is actually a time where you feel that you need to make a change and need to start pursuing something different to get ahead with your finances. Now, one of the dates that I want to give you here will be May 5th, when you do have a lunar eclipse in your career house. Now, what I like about that eclipse for you is that it is very, very positive with Venus and Jupiter. So, the rule of thumb that I always give with any eclipse is to keep an eye 30 days before the date of the eclipse and 30 days after the date of the eclipse to see what is going on around during that time that I think is going to be very beneficial for your career. With Venus and Jupiter connecting very well with this eclipse, this can bring about great opportunities, more money, great financial opportunities that can easily build you more financial stability and security for the long term. So, again, you definitely want to keep an eye on what's going on during that time for you. If this has been a time for you to want to make a change, uh, change career paths, maybe get a whole new job, maybe even start thinking to pursue other types of jobs, like to advance, to bring in more money. Maybe you feel like you deserve to get paid more. That's a significant time period to really start keeping an eye. Even though the energy of the eclipse is on May 5th, like I said, start keeping an eye from about early April. The energy lasts 6 months and pretty much all the way to about October of 2023. What is going on during that time? What opportunities are coming about there for you that I feel is quite a significant time of opportunity that could bring about more stability, more money, greater opportunities that could build you more financial stability and security there. Now, another date that I want to point out there for you, um, I know that there is a time in March. It doesn't really feel that strong when it comes down to what is going to be there for you financially, but actually, I wanna go back to February. So around February 20th, um, there's gonna be a time that, again, to keep an eye financially. To me, the way that things come about, it could be maybe an opportunity that can help bring you a little bit more money, but the time period that I keep getting of that eclipse on May 5th, I feel is much, much stronger for you financially. Now, yes, you're going to have Saturn in the second house, and that could make you feel, like I said, I've seen it many, many times where in the past, maybe, you weren't on top of the finances, maybe you spent more than what you should have. Once you have Saturn in the second house, that helps you budget, save, be more cautious with the finances, not get too careless. Um, maybe in the past, if you didn't know too much about saving, now maybe it's like, no, I'm going to start saving. In the past, I was just spending left and right. Now I can't take those chances. I'm going to start setting money aside. Now, and it could also be maybe you're starting to set money aside to save for something bigger, like purchasing a home, purchasing a vehicle, making a bigger purchase that you're going to find yourself putting money off to a side. So it just helps you in disciplining you. Doesn't necessarily mean it's something negative. It's just, if anything, helping you to stay more focused for your finances. So definitely keep an eye, like I said, on those dates. The May 5th eclipse. I feel that this is going to be a time where um, you're starting to just be more cautious financially. But I feel that if you're open to making any big changes, I really feel that the opportunities are very strong that could easily bring you financially opportunities there, and that could be very beneficial for you for the long term. Pisces. So, as you begin the new year, Jupiter will be in your second house of earned income. Now, having Jupiter in your second house can actually be very beneficial and very positive for you. It could bring you more money, easier job opportunities, maybe more job opportunities. What I like about Jupiter in the second house is I've noticed uh, that it can bring about jobs through connections, or it's easier to find a job from others. Take, for instance, somebody that is working in a different company and they refer you or connect you to get a job in the company that they're working in, for instance. Now, the only negative is it could easily make you spend a little bit more indulgently with Jupiter in the second house, but can be very beneficial and very positive of finding or building income or finding job opportunities there. Um, Now, a positive eclipse that you're going to be having falling in your second house will be on April 20th. Now, one rule of thumb that I always put out there about the eclipse is start keeping an eye 30 days before the date of an eclipse and 30 days after. So, pretty much towards the end of March all the way till the end of May. Keep an eye around that time because not only does this eclipse fall in your second house of earned income, but you'll also have Jupiter in your second house of earned income. So this is a quite a significant time that could bring you more money, job opportunities, job offers, finding new sources and bringing in new sources of income, of money, opportunities there. I think that could be a very beneficial time for you. So you definitely want to keep an eye at that time. Now, significant financial career dates that you want to keep an eye out for are February 8th, February 17th, March 1st, March 30th, and May 4th. Um, Throughout the year, obviously, with my monthly horoscopes, I will bring about more dates for you for your finances, but keep an eye on those specific dates because I feel they could be quite significant for finances and opportunities. If you are going through a time period of looking for to find more money, get a job, get a better paying job, with Jupiter in your second house, and then with that specific eclipse on April 20th, I think that could be a very beneficial time that could really be great for finances and job offers. Now, an eclipse lasts 6 months, but the April 20th, 30 days before and 30 days after, that's a significant time to first keep an eye on what's going on during that time. Now, another significant time period to keep an eye out for will be a new moon eclipse on October 14th, and that falls in your eighth house of joint resources, taxes, credit cards, and loans. But it's also significant because it also is very beneficial for bonuses, commissions, gifts, rewards. Now, the first eclipse is significant of earned income, the base pay, the 9 to 5 kind of income. The second eclipse is, I mean, not saying that you're not working for it, but that's kind of like the extra source of income, the bonuses, the commissions, the sales. But I know for many of you, commissions and sales is your main source of income. So that could be quite a significant time where you're really seeing the hard work pay off and you're really getting ahead during that time. So again, even though it's on October 14th, keep an eye as early as September 14th through November 14th and all that time period because that's going to be quite significant. I even think it'll be quite a busy time for you. So that will be very beneficial. Uh, Great opportunity that could bring more projects, more work, more clients, more customers. Great time. Now, the only maybe minor situation to keep an eye out for is that Venus will be in your sixth house from June 6th through October 9th. Now, Venus in the sixth house in general is great. You have a positive work environment, you'll get along with clients and customers, but we are having a Venus retrograde from July 23rd through September 4th. So that could create tension with clients, customers, coworkers, employees, or your work environment. So just kind of be aware of that. But the overall energy of Venus in the sixth house can be very beneficial and very positive for working with others, collaborating with others, getting along with the coworkers and so forth, getting along with clients and customers. With Venus retrograding, that could create a little tension, maybe some disruptions in the work environment. Maybe that is a time where you're doing a transition or a change in your work environment or the workplace. Um, but again, this is just kind of preparing you for Either you're getting into a different environment, a different situation that will be more beneficial for you in other ways. But just kind of be aware that there could be still some challenges with like clients and coworkers during that time. But that's only during that time period. Everything else is very, very positive, very good for you. Opportunities, like I said, that can easily bring you more money, career ventures. Now, the opportunities are gonna be there. It's just really gonna be for you to be open to, do you wanna make that change? Are you ready to make that change? Or are you gonna be open to waiting things out until you feel you're in a better place to make that change? So with the energy of these eclipses that are gonna start going on here for you, I think it's just opening up the door of opportunities. If you don't do it in 2023, there are some eclipses coming up in 2024 that also will be very positive for your career and finances. And maybe what you're preparing for in 2023 starts to really pay off in 2024.